guys, so here we go. This is the long-awaited, long-promised video on Instant Pot, or I'm using my Pampered Chef Quick Cooker, mac and cheese. We're gonna see if we get it right this time. So here's how we're gonna start. My pot has already been sprayed. I'm adding 4 cups of cold water to I'm adding 4 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to tell you right now, these are not accurate measurements. So 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of butter. And I have 16 ounces of macaroni, but I'm using, because I don't know, apparently macaroni's also scarce. I don't know what you call them, like the kind of twisty twirly things. So I'm going to put 16 ounces of that in there. I'm going to put the lid on. Actually, I'm going to put the salt in. It's not called for till later, but I like it cooked in the pasta. So it's about half a teaspoon. I can add more later if I need to. The cheese is going to add more salt. So I'm going to put my lid on. Seal the unit. If you have an Instant Pot, turn the toggle thing, but make sure it's sealed. On this one, I also have to line up. There's a cloud of smoke here. It has to be lined up with this. I'm putting it on for 4 minutes. And I have to turn it this way because my cord's not long enough. If I turn it around, it will unplug. So 4 minutes, pressing start. It's going to come up to pressure, and then at the end of the 4 minutes, I'm going to do a quick release, which means a manual release. And I'll show you that when we get there. Okay, so our timer has gone off. I'm going to let the steam off. There's too many things going at once here. I've got meatloaf in the oven. I've got baked acorn squash in the oven. I'm doing mac and cheese to go with it. I have 2 loaves of sourdough bread that actually need to be shaped and either put in the fridge or baked. And I'm tired. So let's hope this turns out well this time. I've got twice as much cheese as the last time. I will post the link for the egg noodle pasta casserole done in the Instant Pot, which was supposed to be mac and cheese, but I didn't put enough cheese, so it didn't turn out as mac and cheese, but it was really good casserole, so I posted it. So you have to wait for this steam to stop and this red button to go down, and you will have a red button on your Instant Pot as well. So it's down, the steam is quit. I always try and open it away from me. Sorry that you're getting the steam. And let's see how this turned out. So there's still liquid in the bottom, which is good, because you're going to let this sit for a bit. I just want to make sure it's done because it's Rotini pasta. That's the name of it. I found the bag, and I'll show you in just a sec. Oh my goodness, this is like catching worms. So definitely al dente, but it's cooked. I'm putting half a cup of milk, and I'm putting a whole block of mozzarella cheese. Probably should have used white cheddar, didn't have it. And I'm going to put this on saute to heat that up. and melt the cheese. I stir the cheese in and get it started. Now, so here's the thing. I'm doing this by the recipe. I will post the recipe in the description. However, I would personally add different things. I would add some garlic powder, maybe some oregano, some parsley, just some different flavorings to season it up a bit. But for this video, I'm just going to do it according to recipe. So I'm just waiting for that to heat up, and I'll show you what it's like when it's done. So it's now all melted. I've got it all stirring in, and I'm just going to let it sit for a bit and let it absorb the juices and the flavors and the cheese. So this is a bag of Rotini. That was 16 ounces that I used, and that was approximately half a bag. So this is what I have left. So let's taste it. It's really good. It's really cheesy. Now, not really cheap when you consider the price of cheese, but this is more than a box of Kraft Dinner would make. I would say 1.5 to 2. So it almost comes out even, but at least you know what's in it. You can do it in the Instant Pot. And honestly, with all that sauce that's in there, I wouldn't recommend doubling the recipe in the Instant Pot. The reason being, if you get too much pasta and not enough water, you run the risk of it burning on the bottom, for one, and being gluey. And this is not gluey at all. Like, it's not starchy. I think personally there's enough sauce on there that you could do half as much again in pasta and put it in here, and it would still be really good, and that would stretch your dollar. That would be my recommendation, because it's really cheesy. And I'm telling you, the brands that we buy as macaroni and cheese are not this cheesy. This is so good. Okay, guys, finally got it on here. It turned out great. You do what you want with it. You can add extra seasonings. I would add more pasta and probably maybe a little more milk. You can test it out for yourself. As it is right now, the milk ratio is good, but if you add more pasta, you might need to adjust it. So enjoy.